All right. Give me a minute. All right. So, I'm gonna give my thoughts on the Snyder Cut trailer. Just give me a minute. So, the Snyder Cut trailer got released on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, and I did a reaction. But now I'm gonna give my thoughts on it by talking. And the Snyder Cut trailer looks amazing. Um, and that's all I have to say, really. Uh, there's a lot of things from the Snyder Cut trailer I really liked. There, like, it's kind of hard to explain how much I liked the trailer. I do think the trailer did a lot of things that were unique. I think the trailer really sold it on me that I want to watch the Snyder Cut. Although I've been wanting to watch the Snyder Cut for a very very long time. Um, I've for 4 years, for 3 years, 4 years, I've been just asking to get the Snyder Cut. I go on Twitter, I go on Instagram, and I put hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Give me a minute. And basically, my whole thoughts on the Snyder Cut is, it, the trailer looks really good. It's way better than the first trailer. I think the first trailer was more of a thank you to the fans, and the second trailer was more of a of getting the general audience to want to be part of the film. I that's how I really see it. There's a lot of things. Jared Leto's Joker is the big surprise, and Dark Side. We got to see Dark Side in the trailer. There was a lot of things from the trailer that I really liked. So, really, my thoughts on the trailer is the trailer looked really good. It looked amazing. It looked action packed, and I think that's the perfect way to describe my thoughts on the trailer. And it's simple. All right, hey Andrew. I'm doing my thoughts on the trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Came out on Sunday. I did a reaction. Like, I recorded my reaction, but I haven't talked about it. And basically, I'm just gonna say it looks really good, and that's really how I can describe it. Jared Leto's Joker is the standout. I remember watching the trailer and being surprised because I forgot that they would even show him. It did surprise me a ton that they even thought about showing him. To me, I'm thankful that they did show us, because even though we already saw images, I wanted to hear what he sounded like. I wanted to see a little shot, and that's what they did at the end. So that is probably the part that surprised me the most of the trailer, and that's what surprised me a ton. Seeing Jared Leto's Joker, uh, I think even in every trailer reaction I've seen, it's been more Jared Leto. Everyone being surprised that Jared Leto's Joker popped up in the trailer. To me, that was the ultimate surprise, and to me, he looked really good. And Tony's Lego toy review. It's rated R dumb dumb. Um, what do you mean? Oh man, wait. I don't know. But seeing Darkseid, I think Darkseid looks really good. Jody did say that to him it didn't look like his original Darkseid, which to me it's really dumb to say that to me. He said something about how the original Darkseid doesn't have armor. He does. That's armor. I mean, of course, it looks less like it's armor, but it is armor at the end of the day. And I don't understand that whole opinion on saying that the Dark Knight, I mean, the dark side suit isn't armor. It's clearly armor, and it makes sense for him to have armor. So that is another standout from the trailer. But of course, the obvious standout to me is the Jared Leto Joker showing up at the end. I've been fanboying a lot about it on social media. Seeing Jared Leto's Joker pop up was to me the ultimate surprise. So yeah, that that's how I see it right now. Wearing my Infinity War shirt. I mean, I like Marvel, and I also like DC. That's how I see it. But Darkseid wore armor in some of the comics, and that's what I'm saying. But Jody keeps saying that apparently that Darkseid never wore armor. I mean, in the comics, or most of the comics and most of the animated movies, that was armor. That's what armor looked like. Like, I can't really pull up an image, but all you have to do is Google Darkseid, and you'll see a lot of images of him with armor. So I never understood that. And people right now are kind of laughing at the fact that Jared Leto said we live in a society. I mean, that's a Joker, like that. that meme originated from Joker. I will say it was a funny thing, and I'm pretty sure that Snyder or Jared, I'm assuming it's Snyder that wanted him to say that. I'm gonna assume that they knew the meme and that they wanted to just kind of say it. I remember when I heard that sound, it was a surprise, but yeah. Thank you for being honest, man. No problem, man. So my overall thoughts on the trailer is this is the best trailer we've seen, and the trailer is amazing. The song was beautiful. The way it began, where you see Superman kind of like, at the end of BVS, yelling and screaming, that in pain because of course he just got stabbed in the chest. I mean, who wouldn't scream? And then knowing that the scream is heard around the world, and it awakens the mother boxes, that to me is a perfect. But anyways, Darkseid always wore armor. I was shocked when I heard that. It's literally in the that's what I'm saying. Jody Jody's Jody says that he didn't wear armor. I mean, I don't know what kind of idiot, like, I think at this point it's now that he just doesn't want to pander to Snyder fans, but he wore armor in the comics. He wore armor in the comics and the animated movies. Uh, Let me try to remember when they said it wasn't armor. From what I can remember, they never said that it wasn't armor. I mean, from what I can remember, it was always armor. But yeah, Darkseid to me looks really cool. I mean, even prior to the trailer, when we saw him as Yuxas, where he didn't really have armor, when he didn't wear armor in that first trailer, even then, I knew it was Yuxas. But yeah, Joey's a parasite that claims he's a DC fan, but he really wants views and money. That's what I'm saying. To me, I just know that he knows that that's what gets the clicks. That's what gets the people to just click in. And Darkseid always had armor. I don't understand. Like, let me Google a picture right now of Darkseid, dark side armor, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to be regular pictures of Darkseid. I mean, the only time he probably didn't wear armor was as Yuxas, and that's when he was a child. Let me try to remember. And then he pulled up an action figure. In that action figure, he did have armor. That is armor. I mean, sure, it may not look like it too much, but that is armor. Let me put up. Let me Google it. I wish I could put it here, but I mean, look. Here's a picture from the comics. Oh man, it's not fully HD. There we go. All right, let me see. How can you tell me that's not armor? That is clearly armor, and I don't understand it. Uh, I know it's probably just because he wants to, you know, anger some Snyder fans, but to me, it's the wrong way. You should not be saying such idiotic stuff. But wait, where was I? He tried to say in the anime series he wore a cloth that can't be true. Look, that's what I'm saying. That's not cloth. That is armor. And I mean, I don't know like I remember after this I was like, am I tripping that he never wore armor? So I Google it, and there was lots of images in the animated movies and in the comics where he did have armor. That was armor. That was not just a shirt. And it's like Thanos. Well, actually no, in the comics he does wear armor, and I don't understand, man. That to me was obviously armor. I don't know if y'all can hear me. If you can hear me, just let me know. But yeah, I don't understand the whole thing. Alex, Junkie XL score for just. Let me tell you that I would play it right now from my phone, but I don't want to get in trouble. But uh, that score for Justice League looked amazing, man. Uh, the score was beautiful, and the song to me sounded like the League uniting. Because I'm gonna admit it, one big complaint I had about the Whedon cut of Justice League is that all the scores were so forgettable and bland. And apparently, he fired Junkie XL, and they fired Junkie XL, and they brought in Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman, a great composer. My problem is he had a very short time to do all his music, so I'm not gonna blame him. However, Junkie XL to me is the best. Like Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL to me are the best at original scores, and it was really disappointing hearing Justice League. I remember leaving the theater thinking there isn't like when I watch Man of Steel, when I watch BVS, and when I watch Wonder Woman, there's one iconic score in each of them. Like the Man of Steel theme, the BVS had multiple themes. Wonder Woman, of course, the every single one of those scores was memorable. But in with Danny Elfman in Justice League, no score was memorable. Even the one where Flash, when he runs, you hear you like you hear like the soft score. Even that score to me wasn't interesting. And yeah, I'm interested how Joker plays into this. I love the Leatherface. Yes, Joker in not only in the black and white images, but in the trailer, he looks scary. He looks menacing, and he looks creepy. I li I'm one of the few people who actually liked Jared Joker. What I do want is to see a full like, more time with him because really we only got 7 minutes, and even in those 7 minutes, I liked that Joker. I know that's a very controversial opinion, um, but to me, that's how I see it, and, I've been wanting to see him, and when we finally heard that he would be coming back in the Snyder Cut, I was surprised, and, man, I cannot wait to hear I cannot wait to see Joker. His voice does sound different. I'm not gonna lie, I do prefer a little more this voice he had in Suicide Squad. However, I still like this voice. The look looks amazing, especially in the first two images we saw of him. The Leatherface look. There were some people complaining that his hair was too long. I mean, Heath Ledger's Joker and Joaquin Phoenix's Joker had long hair, and everyone loves it. But when Jared does it, there's complaints about it. I don't understand, but um, screw Joss Whedon. I hate him. Even Jeff Johns. They were abusive and racist. I heard to Ray Fisher and the cast in 2017. Yep, Ray Fisher said that Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns were abusive, and it's to me it's disappointing hearing the whole Joss Whedon stuff because Joss Whedon really he brought us the Avengers, and I really liked him and I respected him. And I also like this one movie he made called Firefly. And Joss Whedon to me was a childhood director, a director who I appreciate because I loved that Avengers movie when it came out. And when he came in for Justice League, I was actually kind of happy. But then when I found out the whole stuff that Ray Fisher came out with, it disappointed me because, in a way, it felt like a part of my childhood was kind of dying. But then when I hear what's her name, Christina Carpenter, I think that's her name. But when I hear what she said that happened in Buffy the Vampire Slayer behind the scenes, to me, I had enough. I looked at what Ray Fisher said, and I heard what Christina said, and to me, I think Joss Whedon's guilty because there's just so much evidence, and not only that, but he's not coming out and saying anything. I mean, his agency said something about Ray Fisher lying. That's all I think I've heard from him, and to me, it's just disappointing hearing of the Whedon stuff because Whedon to me really made a film I love a lot, which is The Avengers. Age of Ultron to me is a decent film. I don't love it, but I do think it's an all right film, and I had fun with it. But however, that first Avengers movie to me did it more, and I don't know, man. It's disappointing to see everything that happened with Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns to me, I remember when he first came in, I was hyped up because he's a comic book writer. He's written comic books that I love, Green Lantern, Flash, etc., etc. And seeing what he's done with the DC universe is really frustrating. A lot of things he's done, like I know for a fact, or I don't know for a fact, but I know for the most part, what he did behind the scenes Justice League is unacceptable. And now this is really proof to me that comic book writers should not have too much power because the comics are the comics and the movies are the movies. And to me, Jeff Johns is kind of proof that we kind of need to let the filmmakers do their things. I want to see Snyder's DCU. I want to see Snyder fulfill what he had promised, part one, part two, and part three. But yeah, let me read the rest. I have a theory this movie will include both parts of Justice League. With the 4 hour runtime, there is maybe that's a possibility, but I give it a 2% chance. And I don't think that's gonna happen. I do think this was the first original film, what we wanted to see. But yeah, I feel like Steppenwolf will be defeated in the third act of the movie, and the last hour will be something else. That would be cool, but I do think we're only gonna see Darkseid for less than 10 minutes. To me, that's good enough 10 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I do think Steppenwolf looks so cool in the trailer. That's something I forgot to mention. We're gonna see naked Steppenwolf, which is weird. Never in my life did I think we'd see naked Steppenwolf. You could see like a scene where his armor is being removed and like the rest of his armor is just leaving. But yeah, how do you feel when people say Superman isn't comic accurate from Zach? To me, the comics are the comics and the movies are the movies. To me, I could care less what the comics did. I mean, I grew up reading comics and I love comic books, but I want to see filmmakers do their own thing. Now, there are a few things that I don't accept being changed. Like for example, when you make a Batman movie, never ever take away the Wayne's death, because to me, if you don't kill off the Waynes, then there is no Batman. Same thing with Flash. If you don't kill Flash's mom and you don't have Flash's dad alive, then that is not the Flash to me. But to see different things like this Superman, I think it's dumb when people say, "Oh, this Superman's not comic accurate," and there's a lot more complaints about it. But to me, Henry Cavill is my Superman. I do think he's the best live action Superman we've gotten. Now, no disrespect to Christopher Reeves or any of the other Superman. However, I do prefer Henry Cavill's Superman a lot more than any other Superman we've gone. Uh, I mean, I even have a poster of BVS up there with Superman, Wonder Woman, and Ben Affleck's Batman. And to me, Henry Cavill is just my Superman, especially Man of Steel. Man of Steel is just amazing. Uh, but yeah, it's mostly the Christopher Reeve fans who constantly say, "Oh, this isn't my Superman." Well, it's cool. It's cool if you like Christopher Reeve. That's completely cool. However, I don't understand why I have to want every Superman to be like Christopher Reeves. To me, I want every single different character to have their own different version. Like I don't want every Batman to be the same. I don't want every Superman to be the same. I want them to have their own unique take on each character. And I don't want to see I love Christopher Reeve's Superman. I love his movies, but I want to see something different. And Zack Snyder delivered on that with Man of Steel and BVS. Uh, to me, that's the best Superman we've gotten live action. Now, it's all my subjective opinion. You can like Christopher Reeve, and that's cool. Just to me personally, I prefer Zack Snyder's take on it. Man of Steel. To me, Man of Steel is the best Superman movie of all time. And to me, I hate when people say it's not comic accurate. I mean, Christopher Reeve's Superman wasn't even that comic accurate. There's a lot of movies, a lot of Superman movies that aren't comic book accurate. And to me, I don't want comic accuracy, because at the end of the day, if I want to see comic accuracy, I would read a comic. It's simple. I don't want to see a copy and paste, because then that would be boring. But yeah, I also heard that Marvel's Phase 3 had stolen concepts from Zack's vision. Oh yeah, I heard how Civil War was a copy of BVS, and uh, I forgot what else I heard, but I think it was something about Jeff Johns kind of secretly giving Marvel the things that DC was going to do. I can't really say if that's true. I do think it is true for Civil War, because remember the original title for Civil War wasn't going to be Civil War. It was going to be a what was it called? The Serpent Society, something like that. And then after they changed it quickly when BVS was announced. Uh, so I don't know. I'm not there behind the scenes, so I cannot say what is true or not true. Uh, but I do believe something like that may have happened, but that's how I see it. What else am I? They're Mando writes. They're mostly Reeve fanboys that saying that. Yeah, most Christopher Reeve fans are the ones saying. I remember not long ago on Instagram I put that Henry Cavill is my Superman, and I had this like 30-year-old guy just say, "Oh, you're." It was like, how dare you disrespect Christopher Reeve's Superman? And to me, I'm not disrespecting him. I never said I didn't like him. I love Christopher Reeve's Superman, but I prefer Henry Cavill's Superman, and that's how I see it. I respect every other version. Like for example, my favorite Batman is Ben Affleck, but I still respect Michael Keaton because I like Michael Keaton's Batman. I like Christian Bale's Batman. And I'm gonna like Pattinson's Batman. There are also other Batman, but those are the main ones. And that's I don't understand the whole comic book accuracy. I mean, Marvel isn't that comic accurate, and yet no one says anything about that. But yeah, what's the next? Because it's not in the canon verse of comics, it's not accurate. That's a crock of s, if you ask me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why do the movies have to copy comics? Uh, to me, if the comics are the comics, the movies are the movies. If you want to see something comic accurate, then read the comics. We still have the comics. If you don't like the movies, just read the comics. However, if you want to see something new and different, then watch a movie. That's how I see it. I like what Snyder has done with the DCU. I mean, earlier I was just saying how, I like this new Snyder Cut trailer, and today I just wanted to kind of talk about that. My thing is Green Lantern and Manhunter is gonna be in this. I can't wait to see. Yes. We know for a fact that Manhunter will be in it, and more than likely Green Lantern. I really want to see what Manhunter would look like in a live action. uh portrayal. Same. Well, we already saw Green Lantern in a live action portrayal. Remember Ryan Reynolds? I'm not. I don't really like that Ryan Reynolds. I don't really like that Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie. But I'm excited. I forgot what was the actor's name. There was an actor who was teased to be Green Lantern in the original cut, but um, we're apparently going to see him at the end, telling Batman that we're expect that there's a war coming. But I'm excited. But we are getting the Mortal Kombat trailer tomorrow. Heck, um, I'm gonna be honest. I've never played any of the Mortal Kombat games. I've only I've only heard of it. A lot of my friends really like. A lot of my friends really like Mortal Kombat, and they play it. I've seen them play it, but I'm interested from the Mortal Kombat because I watched the older movies, and I don't think the older movies are that bad. I think there's a really good premise, and I can't wait to see what they do with the new version of Mortal Kombat. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with Mortal Kombat. I know it's a first time screenwriter. I know it's a first time director. I think so. There is a little worry, but I'm gonna watch it on HBO Max. I cannot wait to see the trailer though. I hope the trailer is really good. What? Who do you think would play Green Lantern in the Snyderverse? There was an actor that was teased. Let me try finding him. Green Lantern actor Snyder. There was an actor who was teased, something like that. Um, I don't think I can find. I don't know. What was his name? Um, okay, so here is a picture of him. I can't put it. Wait, let me. Hold up. I'm trying to search up Green Lantern. There is an actor who was. We almost got Green Lantern today. We take a look. What was the actor's name? Sam Benjamin. That's like, is that the actor's name? Yeah, Sam Benjamin was supposed to play him. There was a tease about it, but uh, you know, uh, I think if Snyder casted him, I've loved Snyder's casting a lot. I liked Henry Cavill's Superman. I like Ben Affleck's Batman. I like Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Jason Momoa's Aquaman was great. Ezra Miller as Flash. We haven't seen too much of him, so I cannot give my full opinion on that. But yeah, I think Snyder has had great casting, and if that comes out to be true, I do think that we have something to store. But um, wait, hold up. So I don't know who would be my dream casting. There's a lot of great actors, but uh, is it really gonna be Ryan Reynolds in the movie? I highly doubt. But no, I give it a 1% chance that we'll see Ryan Reynolds pop up. I could be wrong. If Ryan Reynolds pops up at the end of if we see Ryan Reynolds pop up at the end of Justice League or wherever in Justice League, I'll be surprised because I would think that Snyder would want to erase that version. But if he does pop up, I'll be excited because even though I don't like the Green Lantern movie, I can't accept the fact that I did like Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan. I did not like the movie, but him as Hal Jordan was pretty cool. And I can't wait. But there was a live action Manhunter and Super. Yep, I forgot about that. But I'm saying more like in a movie, like a full budgeted film. CW, I'm not the biggest fan of the CW. I'll be honest. I only watched like one season of Supergirl and I didn't really enjoy it. So I can't really say much about Supergirl, but um, especially because Supergirl treated Superman so poorly. The CW treated Superman so poorly that it made me not lose investment in the CW verse. To me, the first 2 seasons of Flash were great, but then every other season was terrible. Uh, Green Arrow was great. I can't really say which. There was a season I didn't like from Green Arrow, but I cannot remember. Green Arrow is the only show I completely finished. Supergirl, I didn't like her. Batwoman, I didn't like her. Superman, Lois, although I was hyped for the trailer, I will say that you jobbered Superman so poorly in the CW that now it's getting annoying, and I'm not intrigued with I'm not intrigued with Supergirl anymore. I'm not intrigued with the CW. I remember when the new trailer at DC Fandom dropped for the Flash, it was really disappointing, and I don't want to continue being disappointed, so I just stopped watching the CW overall, and especially how they treat Superman, man. That's you should not be treating Superman as a jobber. For those that don't know what a jobber is, it's basically in wrestling, it's the guy that's used to make the other guy look stronger. And that's what they did in Supergirl. They were like, "Hey, look, Supergirl can beat up Superman." But anyways, yeah, I forgot that there was a live action Manhunter in that one. But to see him in a full film with a full budget of, I don't know, 100 something million, that's what I want to see. Not saying the CGI looked bad, and it looked pretty good in the CW, but you know, I just don't respect the CW too much. But I feel like this movie is really going to give us a surprise because it's 4 hours. How much can you stretch in 4 hours? That is true. I do expect to see something we don't know. Like, we know Green Lantern will pop up. We do know Martian Manhunter will pop up. We know Darkseid will pop up. We know Adam, Adam, the Adam, I'm not trying to say Adam. I'm trying to say Atom with the T. I know he will pop up in the Snyder cut. So expect to see him, not in a full costume, what I'm assuming. Uh, there's 4 hours. We've only seen a few trailers, we've only seen a few commercials, so there's a lot of things that we have not seen from the trailers. We have not seen a lot of things from the cut of Justice League. But yeah, by the way, I just want to kind of quickly show. Here's my wallpaper for on my phone. Wait, wait. Randall Park as Jimmy Lou in WandaVision. Everyone loves him now. Randall Park, a lot of people have been noticing that he pops up in a ton of movies. He was in an interview as Kim Jong Un. He was Asian Jim in The Office. I'm a big Office fan. I have that. And Randall Park has been getting a lot of fame recently because a lot of people love him in WandaVision. I think he's great in WandaVision. He's actually in this character whose name I cannot remember. Uh, Hold up, he was an Aquaman. I know that. What was his character's name? Oh man, I can't remember his character's name. Uh, he's a comic book character. How do I not know? Jimmy Woo, name and lost. Uh, wait, I can't remember his character's name, but Jimmy Lou's actor Randall Park was in he was in the DC universe with in Aquaman. He was the guy who was looking for Atlanteans because he was the only one who believed Atlanteans existed. But yeah, um, do you think we could get a Man of Steel 2 if Zack Snyder's Justice League is a success? I want a Man of Steel 2. You guys know I love Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. Man of Steel to me is still the best Superman movie. I don't know if they I know J.J. Abrams wants to work on a Superman movie. If Justice League succeeds, if let's say HBO Max gets a ton of subscriptions, it gets a lot of watch time for the Snyder Cut, I do think that the fans will start asking to restore the Snyderverse. Uh, so, man, I guess we could. I don't know yet. Uh, I hope we do because to me, Man of Steel is the best Superman movie we've seen, one of the best comic book movies ever, and I love what Snyder did uh, in that film. But I really like Man of Steel too, so I hope we do. But I think more importantly, if Justice League succeeds, what I think we will see more than likely is Justice League Part 2 and Justice League Part 3. I do think those are the things that Walter Hamada might like. Let's say Snyder Cut succeeds. I do think those are the two things that are more likely than a Man of Steel 2. However, I do want to see a Man of Steel 2 regardless because I love that first Man of Steel. Um, I would like to see J.J. Abrams directed, but I would rather get Snyder. To me, Snyder has made better films than J.J. Abrams. No disrespect to him, but uh, to me, Snyder is the guy who I think can portray Superman better than anyone. I hope they don't recast Henry. Let's say Snyder Cut doesn't succeed. I want to see Henry stay regardless because to me, Henry is just too good as Superman. Henry Cavill to me, or Cavill. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing his name, by the way. I tend to say Cavill, but I think I was corrected once. But uh, so let me know if I'm mispronouncing. To me, Henry Cavill is the ideal. To me, Henry Cavill is the best Superman we've gone. If you like Christopher Reeve, that's cool. Me personally, I like Christopher Reeve. To me, Henry Cavill is the best one, but it gets me heated when most of these so-called critics are we're praying seeing this movie won't happen. Now look at them all back. Yep, a lot of people were saying, Snyder Cut doesn't exist, Snyder Cut will never happen. Guess what? We're 1 month away from the Snyder Cut, and to us, we have a lot of people like Andy and Jody, just saying Snyder Cut doesn't exist. And to me, it's an embarrassment seeing all these critics come out and saying, "Oh, like when one thing I'm expecting 100% that's gonna happen when the Snyder Cut comes out, expect to see a lot of critics hate the movie. Expect to see a lot of people say that Snyder Cut was a disappointment. But most of all, expect people to say, "Oh, I think the Joss Whedon cut is better than the Snyder Cut." Expect all of that. Expect every single bit of hate because this movie is going to be for the fans, not for the critics, not for anyone else. It's just going to be directly to the fans. And that's all we want to see, the Snyder Cut. And the critics, it's fine if you don't like Man of Steel. It's fine if you don't like BVS. To me, I love BVS. I think I'm the biggest defender of BVS ever. I mean, I have a giant poster of BVS up there. To me, the Ultimate Cut is the single greatest comic book movie of all time. And I do think Man of Steel is the best Superman movie of all time. And I know most critics don't agree with me. And I know most critics will disagree because we all know the critic reception was terrible. To me, the Snyder Cut is not about the critics anymore. It's not about, the general audience. To me, the Snyder Cut is for the fans who have been hashtag release the Snyder Cut. I have a Snyder Cut shirt. I can't wear it right now because it's dirty. I have it in the dirty laundry, but if I could, I would wear it. Uh, but to me, the Snyder Cut is a film for us fans to appreciate. And to me, the first trailer was like a thank you letter to fans, but the second trailer felt more like, oh, even if you're not a Snyder fan, come and join us. That's kind of how it felt. And to me, I don't care what the critic reception. I'm expecting this to get a 30%. I'm expecting this to get a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. But um, to me, I don't care. I just want to watch this cut. To me, there's like a 1% chance the Snyder Cut fails, like to me personally, but I think more than likely I'm gonna love it. I mean, I love BVS a lot more than most people, and I love Man of Steel a ton. I have a huge soft spot for Man of Steel. So to me, I'm just gonna enjoy the Snyder Cut regardless of what critics say. And look, it's all subjective. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people say. At the end of the day, all we get to do is enjoy a great film. Um, what did I miss? I'm hoping Snyder Cut does good, man, because it's going against a lot right now. And I do think that the Snyder Cut will succeed HBO Max subscriptions just because the fact that this movie was able to exist is proof that there's a ton of fans who want to see uh who want to see these films. However, uh, I don't think it's going to succeed critically, but at the end of the day, why does that matter? I mean, yeah, it matters to some people, but to me, I personally believe that you should watch a movie yourself, respect the critics, but then watch a movie yourself and then give your own personal thoughts. And that's how I saw BVS. That's how I saw Man of Steel. To me, BVS, like I said, is my favorite comic book movie of all time. I'll show you a poster that I have right here. Look at the top poster right there, BVS. Um, and to me, BVS is the single greatest comic book movie of all time. And if you disagree, that's cool. But Man of Steel, like I said, one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. Um, I, I don't care what the critics say. The critics could say it's the worst movie of all time, and I'll still go out and show my support for the Snyder Cut because I was asking for it. I mean, I already have an HBO Max subscription. So to me, if you're a fan out there, just go out of your way and please don't pirate the Snyder Cut. Do not pirate it because that will not send a message to Warner Bros. If you want to send a message to Warner Bros, you pay for HBO Max and you tell them, hey, we want to watch the Snyder Cut. We want to watch it now. And not only do we want the Snyder Cut, we want to see Justice League Part 2, Justice League Part 3, Man of Steel 2, and we want to see the solo Ben Affleck Batman movie or series, however you guys decide to do it. And that's how I see it. So if you're a fan, please do not pirate. Please uh, don't pirate the Snyder Cut. Please watch it, purchase it, and show Warner Bros. That we want to see more of Snyder. Because to me, Snyder's one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. So yeah, what did I forget? I hate Joss. Even the first two Avengers movies were boring. I disagree on the first one. I do love the first Avengers, but it's cool. We can all disagree. I don't like Age of Ultron too much. I do think Age of Ultron was a massive downgrade, and I do think it really harmed Joss Whedon's career. Then then uh, Justice League came out, and that harmed Joss Whedon way more than Ray Fisher came out and said things, and then Christina uh, Carpenter. I don't know what her name is. I forgot, but I didn't watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer too much. So, with all that coming out, I now see Joss Whedon's career is done. He's over, and I think it's a good thing because if everything that comes out is true, then I'm glad because I'm glad that now it's done with his career. Because really, if you someone in that platform and that level of popularity should not be using his power like that. But um, wait, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Wait, I don't know about that, man. Avengers 1 is iconic and 2 not so much. Yes, the first Avengers movie is 2 at me. I love it. If you don't like it, that's cool. All film is subjective. That's my main thing that I like to say. All film is really subjective. Um, to me, the first Avengers movie is one of my favorite comic book movies, top 10. Uh, but the second one, yeah, that one struggled a lot. But Avengers 2 is kind of boring, but it's very important to the MCU. That is true, but I still didn't really love the film. Age of Ultron to me was a massive downgrade. And the thing is that trailer looks so good, but I don't know, the film itself was just struggled. There's some good things from Age of Ultron, but I did still struggle. Like I struggled to rewatch the film. Personally, John Smith, personally, MCU movies are kind of boring except Iron Man 1 and 2 and Incredible Hulk. I like a lot of MCU movies. Wait, where? I do like the Incredible Hulk a ton. I still think that Edward Norton is my favorite Hulk in live action. I like Mark Ruffalo a lot. Don't worry, I respect him a ton, but I think Edward Norton's performance in the Incredible Hulk was a much better, much, much, much better portrayal. And that Incredible Hulk movie is one of my favorite MCU movies. Iron Man 1 is really good. Iron Man 2, I don't hate it like most people do, but yeah, it did struggle with me. But all right, Glinton Gordon, yes, Man of Steel and Watchmen is the best comic book movie of all time. Man of Steel is one of my favorite comic book movies. I do really like Watchmen a lot more than a lot of other people, but uh, yeah, I really respect them. But already got my HBO Max. Cool, Mando. That's cool, man. Help support the Snyder cut. But I really like BVS as well, but I felt like it came too early. I shouldn't have been the second movie in the DCU. That kind of I disagree with. I'm fine with. I'm not someone who believes you should follow the Marvel formula. To me, I don't think you need to have one movie for each character and then make a solo team up movie. To me, I think it can work. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, you didn't make a Star Lord movie, you didn't make a Rocket Raccoon movie, you didn't make a Gamora movie, yet you had one movie without knowing who they were in the past, and to me, it worked a lot. But um, I hate the fact that Warner Bros hasn't gone international with Justice League. Yeah, that is tough because Warner Bros. Stupidly forgot that HBO Max, they need to put it around the world. Right now it's in America. Right now it's in Europe. I don't know where it's. I forgot where. I know in India they don't have it. I know in India they don't have HBO Max. Uh, but man, so to me it is dumb that they haven't had it international. To me, I think there's a lot of Snyder fans around the world who want to experience this film, but uh, wait, what did I miss? So I'm ready to go. Ray Fisher pointed out that if he was lying about Whedon, then why hasn't Whedon sued him? That is true. Whedon has not said anything. He has not said that he's going to put anything in court. Uh, so Whedon is looking suspicious right now. So I'm not going to say definitively that Whedon is wrong. However, most of the things that are coming out against Whedon looks like he's going to be guilty. What Christina said, what Ray Fisher said, it's completely disgusting. And I feel like now people are now realizing it, and I feel like more people are coming out. Whedon to me is a disgusting human being if all that happens to be true. And Whedon, it just disappoints me because he was a great director. Firefly was good. The Avengers was good. I never really saw Buffy. I only saw 2 episodes of Buffy, but I thought those were decent. And to me, things should have improved. Oh man, Whedon. I don't know. It really disappoints me hearing about Whedon because Whedon's a great director. Although he did do a terrible just job at Justice League, not only on screen but off screen, behind the scenes, he was terrible, man. And to me, Whedon, if everything comes out to be true, Whedon deserves all the criticism in the world. But yeah, Avengers 1 was good. Yeah, I agree with that. The trailer of Age of Ultron had me stoked. Yep, that trailer of Age of Ultron made it look like it was gonna be this dark film about Ultron taking them down, not just physically, but mentally. It looked like we were gonna see an Ultron who was creepy and menacing, but instead we just saw this goofy little Ultron that cracked jokes. And I'm not saying Age of Ultron's a bad movie. What I'm saying is Age of Ultron disappointed me. Uh, the first time I watched it, I actually liked it, but the more I watched it, the more disappointed I was with Age of Ultron. To me, Age of Ultron, massive downgrade from the first movie. Um, yes, Edward Norton, I prefer much more. Yep, Edward Norton to me is the best Hulk we've seen on screen. Uh, to me, Edward Norton, I find Edward Norton underrated. Edward Norton, especially in Fight Club, I really like Edward Norton a ton. And to me, he was a great Hulk. That Incredible Hulk movie to me is one of the best MCU movies. I mean, that's something rare. You never hear many people say that. But me personally, I prefer that Incredible Hulk movie more than a lot of MCU movies. And I do think Edward Norton is the best Hulk we've seen on screen. Personally, I think BVS Ultimate Edition was better received. I think Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to be that much. It's going to be better. Okay. That is true. A lot of people have now become more Snyder fans. There are more Snyder fans now than there was, let's say, 2 or 3 years ago. Ever since we found out what happened, even people who don't like BVS and Man of Steel, even they are supporting Snyder in this journey of getting his cut released. And uh, right now, I think Snyder has a much bigger fan base than Warner Bros. Understands. And to me, you know, uh, Zack Snyder is a great director, and I'm glad he's getting all the support because he did not deserve to be completely trashed the way he did. But yeah, rate all 9 DC movies. So I did do something like this like, not long ago, except I didn't include Wonder Woman 84 because that was before Wonder Woman 84. But let me rank them all. I will even put a score for each movie, but I'm gonna do them from 1 to 9 because honestly, it's hard to do backwards. I like to do forward. So my number one favorite DCU movie is Batman vs Superman Ultimate Cut. To me, that's a 10 out of 10, greatest comic book movie of all time, in my opinion. Um, it's something rare to hear, but BVS to me is the best comic book movie of all time. Number two, surprise, surprise. I know I was talking a lot about Man of Steel, but my second favorite DCEU movie is Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman's a great film, and I really loved what Patty Jenkins did in Wonder Woman. To me, it's a solid I would give it a 9.8 out of 10. Really good score. I really love that. I love that Wonder Woman movie a ton. And then number 3 to me is Man of Steel or yeah, Man of Steel. To me, Man of Steel is the third best DCU movie. I really liked what they did with it. And you know me, I love Man of Steel 10, but Man of Steel to me is a good 9.8 out of 10 too. It's right there in the same, like to me, it's hard to choose between Wonder Woman and Man of Steel. I know that's not a lot of people say that in the DCU fan base. A lot more people like Man of Steel more than Wonder Woman, but me personally, I like Wonder Woman a little more. Not saying it's a lot better, but I do prefer a little, like slightly that little slight edge, like a little slight bump uh, to Man of Steel. Now, number 4, I remember what is my fourth favorite DCEU film? I would probably say Aquaman. Aquaman to me is a solid 8 out of 10. I really liked Aquaman a lot. So number 4. Number 5, I would say Shazam. Shazam is a really fun little action-packed film that I really liked. It's really goofy, and I really liked how DC embraced that goofiness of what Shazam's supposed to be. So you know what? I'm gonna stop doing scores. I'm just gonna say whether I liked or didn't like a movie because that's kind of tough to say. So Shazam to me is fifth best DCU movie. Now number 6. So what movies am I missing? There's Suicide Squad, there's Justice League, there's Wonder Woman 84, Birds of Prey. So I guess number 6, wait, sorry, Shazam, Aquaman, Man of Steel. Uh, man, these are tough. This is tough. Uh, so number 5, wait, no, I'm getting confused, man. Number 6 is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of the One True Harley Quinn. I know this is surprising to hear, but I like Birds of Prey, and to me, Birds of Prey was the best comic book film of 2020. Birds of Prey to me, it was fun. I had a great time watching it. I've seen the movie 3 times, and I keep having fun with it anytime I watch it. Uh, by the way, this is DCU ranking. This isn't a DCU in general because I would say Dark Knight, Joker, something like that. But Birds of Prey would be my sixth favorite. I do like it. I had a lot of fun with it. Now let's get into the bottom tier list where these are movies I don't like a lot. These are like the three DCU movies I don't like. Number 7 goes to Suicide Squad. And Suicide Squad to me it's a movie that I don't like, but I still had fun with it, if that makes sense. Like Suicide Squad, I know how butchered it was, and I really want to see the ire cut. But Suicide Squad to me, I had somewhat fun with it, but I do admit that it's a really poor, chopped up film, and I didn't like it. But yeah, that's number 7. Now number 8, which is a movie I did not expect to ever put in my list or so low on the list because I like the first 2 trailers. I think those 2 trailers were really good. And I love Patty Jenkins, and I love Gal Gadot, and I love Steve Trevor, and I especially love the performance of Pedro Pascal in this film. I think Pedro Pascal stole the show in this film, but Wonder Woman 84 is number 8. Yes, it's really that low. I did not like Wonder Woman 84. I think Wonder Woman 84 is one of the biggest disappointments I've had in recent years. Wonder Woman 84 to me struggled a ton. And I'm someone who loved that Wonder Woman movie. I mean, it's number 2 in my DCU ranking. Uh, and to me, Wonder Woman 84, it burns my heart because I like those 2 trailers and I love that first Wonder Woman movie, but what Patty Jenkins did in that film was just there's some things I liked, but overall the movie is just a poor, okay, poor bad film. And to me, I even prefer Suicide Squad more than Birds of Prey. I mean, not Birds of Prey. I do prefer Suicide Squad a little more than I do Wonder Woman 84. And now my ninth film, and I think most Snyder fans can agree with me in this one, and my least favorite, the comic book movie that I probably have the most hatred for, and uh, that was Justice League. Justice League to me, still to this day, is the biggest disappointment in film history. Uh, Never have I left the theater so disappointed. I was excited. I knew the Snyder thing. I mean, I loved Man of Steel. I loved BVS, and to me, I don't want to get too much in details, but to me, Justice League it was a disgrace. It was an embarrassment, and Justice League felt like it felt like they were spitting and kicking us fans. It felt like someone pushed me to the ground, spit in my face, peed all over me, and then started kicking me. And to me, that's what Justice League felt like. What Jeff Johns, what everyone that worked on that film or everyone that destroyed the film, to me, it's just an embarrassment of a film. And I don't know, man. You know, man, it still disappoints me till this day what Justice League did because it's like not only did it ruin the movie for the general audience that hated BBS Man of Steel, not only did it do that, but it looked at the Snyder fans who love those 2 films and said, "We don't care your opinion. All we want is money, and this is the film you're gonna get." And that's how I felt. But yeah, that's really how I see it. I did not read these last few comments, but Ultron coat, "There are no strings on me" was such a great quote. Yeah, I did like that one, especially how they did in the trailer. But I would have loved Wonder Woman more if the fight at the end was kind of off for me. I'm actually one of the few people who actually liked the ending to Wonder Woman. I know that's a very short thing to say, but I like the ending. I will say there are a few little struggles, which is the reason why I didn't give it a 10 out of 10, but it's a little there. But I love that Wonder Woman movie a lot more than most people. I love it. And that's what made me disappointed of Wonder Woman 84 the most. But the third act was kind of yikes. I kind of disagree, but it's cool, man. It's cool. We all have our different opinions, but the thing that me off about Whedon is what I heard about him pressuring Gal to do something she wasn't comfortable with. Yeah, I did not like Shazam's third act. I loved the first part of the movie. Um, you know, Uh, I loved Shazam a ton. I really like Shazam. I will not lie, the third act did drag. I will agree with that. The third act really felt really slow. Although I did like Dr. Savannah and I did like most of the cast, I do think that third act was, if the third act had cut out like 5 minutes at least, I think that would have made the movie be higher than Aquaman to me. To me, I really love Aquaman a ton. I love what Aquaman did, but I do think Shazam almost took that spot from Aquaman. And I love Shazam still. That first act to me is really good. I love seeing a kid be in a superhero body, and I think that's cool. But yeah, but the whole thing of Gal Gadot being pressured by Whedon, to me, that's disappointing. Joss Whedon to me is an embarrassment and a disgrace to not just DC and Marvel, but to Hollywood in general, because there are a lot more people in Hollywood who probably do things like this that we don't know. And Joss Whedon to me is embarrassment, and it's a shame to say that, to see someone like him who I liked a lot in the Avengers, you know, do the things that he used his platform for harm. And that's what I don't respect. And what he did with Gal, what he did with Ray Fisher, and there's probably more things we don't know. Is a really disappointing thing. But Suicide Squad had perfect characters but terrible story. I think you really fit what what I'm saying. Suicide Squad. I think that was perfect casting. I like Killer Croc. I loved Captain Boomerang. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is really good. Jared Leto's Joker. I thought, to me, he's underrated, and I do think he deserves more support. Uh, there's a lot of characters in Suicide Squad that I like. Of course, we all know that the movie was chopped up and the story felt so rushed and weird, and that is the thing I didn't like about Suicide Squad. Like I said, I do prefer Suicide Squad over Wonder Woman 84 and Justice League, so it's not my least favorite, but it's a shame that it's not my least favorite. It should be, but I did have fun with it. I still do like, if I put on Suicide Squad on TV, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, but I still think it's a really poorly made film. Let me read. I actually prefer Justice League over Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad. That's cool. There's a lot of people. You're not the only one who thinks that. So that's really cool. I personally like Birds of Prey, but Justice League to me is still a disgrace. But yeah, I remember I saying I enjoyed Justice League after the first time I watched it. Yeah, I tried denying myself. I remember at first I was like, it's not a bad movie, but it's an okay movie. But after a few days, I was like, no, it's a god awful, terrible film. But the second time I watched it, didn't even finish it. Yeah, a few months ago, I remember showing you, Alex, that I was watching Suicide. I mean, not Justice League again, to remind myself the horrors that us Snyder fans went through. And I'm gonna say this: it was so dreadful watching that movie again. And I swear to myself, when the Snyder Cut comes out, I'll never ever watch that movie ever again. Man, I've seen the movie like a good 5 times in total. Each time it gets worse and worse and worse. But yeah, Wonder Woman 84 is terrible. It doesn't add up. It's not about tone. It's about it not making any sense. Somebody would wish to stop wars and that they had superpowers to fix everything. And that I agree with. To me, Wonder Woman 84 tried being a big blockbuster action movie, but it seemed like Patty did not know how to land the ending. And to me, Wonder Woman 84 was really disappointing. There are things I like about Wonder Woman 84. I like the speech Diana gives at the end. I do think that's a really great scene. I did like hearing Beautiful Lie again. I remember hearing Beautiful Lie. That was my favorite part. Uh, but really, there's very few things I liked. Pedro Pascal stole the show. Pedro Pascal, even though I don't like this movie, Pedro Pascal, there's no denying that he is a great Maxwell Lord. And, I want to see him in the future. There's a possibility they didn't kill him off. Christian Wiig, to me, was great also in this film. Christian Wiig in this film, uh, Kristen Wiig to me was amazing. I remember when she first got casted, I was like, "Oh, she's gonna be terrible. We're gonna see a terrible. We're gonna see a terrible Cheetah. We're gonna see a terrible Barbara Minerva." But she did really well. Pedro Pascal, like I said, stole the show. Steve Trevor, of course. Uh, Chris. What's his name again? Chris. Chris. Wait, how am I forgetting his name? Chris. I'm just gonna. Someone remind me. Chris, oh man, I can't remember. Steve Trevor. I'm just gonna say Steve Trevor. Even though I like Steve Trevor, I felt like they severely underused him. And the whole, by the way, spoiler alert, the whole logic of him replacing somebody's body was so stupid. It was so dumb. It's like, why do you have to replace his body, but yet everything else is just out of thin air? We just have him back. And man, I don't understand why they had to do that. I don't understand why they went with that route. So I wish Steve Trevor great in this film. How am I forgetting his name? How is Chris something? I don't know how, but Gal Gadot in this movie, even though I love her as an actress and I loved her in Wonder Woman, I'm gonna say this: her character was poorly written. This is no diss to Gal Gadot. I still think she's a great actress, but her character was so poorly written in the film, and especially that first act. That first act dragged so much, and I don't even like talking about much. I don't really like talking much about that Wonder Woman 84, but yeah, I've only seen Justice League 3 times. Thank you. You're lucky you've not seen it two more times. No, I'm joking. Seeing the movie one time is already painful. But yeah. Uh, did you enjoy 2011 Green Lantern? I liked Ryan Reynolds. I liked Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan, and I did like Mark Strong, or I think that's his name, Mark Strong as man. How today I'm forgetting names. I apologize. What was the villain? What was the villain? Let me. Wait. Hold up. I'm sorry. I forget her. How did I forget his name? He's like the most iconic Green Lantern villain. How do I forget? How do I forget? Oh, Sinestro. Sinestro. I don't know how I forgot that name. I apologize for that. But um, yeah, I didn't like the movie, but I do like Mark Strong, and I did like Ryan Reynolds in the movie. But the story was really, it felt rushed. It felt really chopped up. So to me, I didn't like the Green Lantern movie. But I wouldn't mind if they kept Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern in the DCU. To me, that would still be pretty cool. But it is what it is. Which would you wear? The Superman suit from Man of Steel or Batfleck suit? BBS Batfleck. First, the Batfleck suit. They both look really cool, but I think the Batfleck suit is really, really cool. And that one, yeah, I really like that one. But hold up. Chris Pine. Okay, thank you, thank you. I I don't know how I forgot Chris Pine's name. I mean, he's one of the most famous Chris. There's Hemsworth, there's Evans, there's Pratt, and there's Pine. And I don't know how I forgot Pine's name. I mean, I should know that from the top of my head, but how doesn't Batman know Wonder Woman if she was that famous in the 80s? That is one thing I don't like. How, like, what did somebody wish to forget Wonder Woman? I don't know. Like, she was legit on TV and the whole world saw this, and in a world like with chaos, I don't know how Wonder Woman all of a sudden it was hiding from the world if she legit went on TV to tell the entire world to renounce her wish. So to me, that was a really dumb. That was really dumb. And there was a lot more of that in Wonder Woman 84, but um all right, hold up. The story is bad. Wait, Pine. All right, thank you. The story is bad. The director is not really the one to blame. Man, are we talking about Wonder Woman 84? I'm gonna assume Green Lantern we're talking about, but Green Lantern is really poorly made. Um, I don't know who the director of Green Lantern is, but you know, to me, I didn't like the movie. I do think Ryan Reynolds was a great casting. I do think Mark Strong as Sinestro was a great casting. However, the movie in general was really boring, bland, and it felt like they just wanted to copy Iron Man. Uh, that's how I see it. But it is disappointing. That was the original start for the DCU. I am glad we did get Man of Steel to replace that because to me, Man of Steel is a really good film. But yeah, um, Mark Strong Sinestro was amazing, and I wish he would still be used in the future. I would love to see Mark Strong return. However, we all know he played Doctor Savannah in Shazam, so I don't think we'll ever see him. But if he was, let's say we get a second Green Lantern and Mark Strong does return, definitely will be there in theaters to watch Ryan Reynolds and Mark Strong fight it out in Green Lantern 2. But Ryan was a perfect casting that I agree with. Ryan Reynolds to me, um, I am glad in a way Green Lantern failed just so that we could see him as Deadpool because I do think him as Deadpool is perfect casting. However, I did like his Green Lantern. I do really like his version of Green Lantern. I just did not like the movie in general, but uh, oh man, I've been talking for a long time. I apologize. I needed water. But yeah, if I don't think we'll see Ryan Reynolds. To me, there's like a 0.1% chance that he comes back to play Green Lantern in the Snyder Cut. But if he does pop up, I would really enjoy that. It would be a surprise, definitely a surprise. But if he did return and they said that he was the Ryan Reynolds of the DCU, to me that would be cool. Of course, I do think Sam Benjamin will be the Green Lantern because there was a lot of theories and rumors. And I think he accidentally himself revealed it that he would be Green Lantern in the DCU. So regardless, I'm excited to just see whether it's Sam Benjamin, whether it's what's his name, Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. I think regardless, it'll be still pretty cool. But John comments. I heard that Sam Benjamin was supposed to be the new Green Lantern. Yep. He posted on Instagram during when Justice League was being filmed with Snyder at home. He kind of revealed it by accident or something like that. And recently he's been teasing a lot. Uh, he's been teasing a lot that he is the Green Lantern of the Snyder Cut. To me, that's pretty cool. And I would really like that. I would really like to see him portray Green Lantern because I'm a big fan of Green Lantern. I remember when I was young, one of the first ever comics I read were Green Lantern comics, uh, and to me, I really want to see what they do with Green Lantern in DCU. I do think we'll see him in the Snyder Cut, Sam Benjamin. But I did not. I don't know if that's completely true, but I do think there's a 90% chance that he is the Green Lantern in DCU. But you should make a video on talking about the trilogy, the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Let me tell you that Planet of the Apes trilogy. I'm talking about the new one with what's his name? Okay, today I'm forgetting names. I don't know how I'm forgetting names, but Caesar actor. He's a big actor. He's a big actor. He was legit in Black Panther, and he's gonna play uh the apes. When Andy Serkis. I don't know how I forgot his name. He's a big actor. He's the biggest motion caption actor of all time. I do think what Andy Serkis and Matt Reeves did in Planet of the Apes was just beautiful. It's just um that Planet of the Apes movie, especially Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, beautiful. That trilogy is one of the best trilogies I've ever seen. And Planet of the Apes to me, the older movies I did like. I do like the older Planet of the Apes movie. However, I do think these new prequel films, uh, to me, beautiful, just beautiful. And Andy Serkis stole the show. I will say, Rise of the Planet of the Apes is a good movie. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a really great film, and War for the Planet of the Apes is a good film, a really good film. But I do prefer Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I don't know, that movie is just really good, but I didn't know there was emojis. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Talk about Superman versus Zod and Batman introduction in the corner of the room, and whereas uh, let me say let me quickly kind of say those because I think a lot of people have explained those better than I did. But the Superman versus Zod battle in in um in Man of Steel is to me the greatest one-on-one battle in comic book history. It's better than Batman versus Superman. It's better than Thanos versus Hulk. It's better than to me personally. To me, it's better than most. To me, um, to me, it's the best. It's the best 1v1 battle in comic book movie history, and I would even say maybe one of the best in all movie history. And it just felt cool. It legit felt like anime in real life, and especially the music they used. And I especially love the scene where Superman's flying up in a building and Zod's like looking up at him and he says, "There's only one way this ends, Cal. Either you die or I do." And then starts crashing through the building. I know a lot of people complain about destruction, but it's like at the end of the day, that's how a real battle between two godlike beings. That's how it would work. That's how it would be happen in real life. But a lot of people nitpick a lot. To me, I love how Snyder was realistic about his destruction because that's what would happen in a real life scenario. But a lot of people say that Superman didn't even try to take him out of the city. Did you not see the movie? It looked like he was trying to push him out. He even pushed him out to space, and that still did not work. But hey, people want to be picky, and hey, let them be picky because at the end of the day, we get to enjoy a great film. Let me hold up. Okay. What else? Batman introduction in the corner of him. That scene was creepy and menacing, and it made Batman look so cool. And um, what I can say, I remember you see like the girls like not wanting to leave their cage. They're like, nah, up there, and then you see the guy on the ground with the bat brand just there, like bleeding from his mouth. That was to me that's cool. And then eventually you see like the he looked like a rookie cop. He's like shaking, shivering, then points his gun at he sees Batman in the corner, and oh my god, you just Batman just quickly leaves him. And to me, that was a really good opening. And the final one, warehouse scene. To me, warehouse scene is the best Batman action scene we've seen in live action. Seeing the solo, you hear you see him like booming from the ceiling and then just wrecking fools. And to to me that was just amazing seeing the battle. See them all just and uh that warehouse scene. It felt like you when I watched it for the first time. It felt like I was playing the Arkham Knight games. Uh, it was amazing. Like then eventually, he goes to the Russian guy. What was his name? KG Beast. KG Beast. And he points the flame at Martha Kent, and it's like, "I'll kill her. Believe me, I'll do it." And then Batman just shoots the tank, but before he does that, he's like, "I believe you." And that's exact. It's a lot. It reminisces a lot from the Dark Knight Returns because to me, the Dark Knight Returns is one of the best comic books I've ever read. But yeah, that's what I think about those. What do you think about Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke? Well, we never really got to see him. We only saw him in a quick little scene in Justice League. But I do think he was a great act. I think he's a great actor. I mean, remember he played Flash Thompson in the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, and to me, he's a great guy. He fits the body, and I do think he would be great. And I cannot wait to see him in the Snyder Cut, whether it's 1 minute, whether it's 2 minutes. I just want to see Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke. But to me, Deathstroke is one of the best Batman villains, and it would be really cool to see Manganiello portray Deathstroke. But you just forgot to name the best motion capture actor. Shame. Yeah, my bad, man. Sometimes I forget actors' name. I don't know how I forgot Andy Serkis's name. I loved him in Lord of the Rings. I loved him in he did King Kong, that one Jack Black King Kong movie. He did the motion capture of Kong, um, and then especially I like him in Planet of the Apes. I liked him as in Black Panther as Ulysses Claw. To me, one of the even though I love Black Panther, I love what Ryan Coogler did in that Black Panther movie. One of the dumbest things they did was kill off Ulysses Claw because to me, Andy Serkis is such a great actor, and to just kill him off within the within the second movie he was in, really dumb decision. I'm sorry. I respect Ryan Coogler and I love that Black Panther film. However, to me, it's just really, really dumb to just kill off such an amazing actor that early on. But it did make Killmonger look more threatening. So I guess that's one good thing we got. But by the way, Lord of the Rings is such a great adventure that I agree with. Lord of the Rings trilogy to me is one of the greatest trilogies of all time. And I will even say that Return of the King is in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. And yeah, I want to see the Lord of the Rings director's cut because I've never seen them. Let me tell you, the director's cut, they're really good. I think every version we've seen of Lord of the Rings have been really good. Uh, bl- um, uh, Tell me if I'm wrong about this, but I do think that all three Lord of the Rings movie got nominated for Oscars. I think Return of the King won an Oscar, but I don't know if did they Lord of the Rings Oscar. I forgot. So it won Best Original Score, Best Cinema, and I do think it won. Like I think one of the movies won most. I don't know. I'm not gonna Google that too much, but Yeah. Uh, Glinton comments, all of Superman battles in the cartoons were catastrophic. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people complain that Man of Steel had too many battles that had too much destruction. If you're having two super powered beings, that's what's going to happen. You're going to see a lot of destruction. You're going to see a lot of chaos. You're going to see lots of buildings collapsing. And in the cartoons, they did that too. And I don't understand the complaints with Man of Steel. Like, and you also got to remember this is a rookie Superman. That Superman was only Superman for like 2 days, so he's not experienced in fighting. So, yeah. Oh man. Yeah. 1 minute. Just give me one more minute. All right, I'm back. Sorry, my throat's really hurting. 1 hour. How long have we talked? 1 hour, 10 minutes. All right. John Commons, what's your opinion on Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor? Jesse Eisenberg is a phenomenal actor. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched BVS, I hated him as Lex Luthor because we all remember Lex Luthor being this bald, menacing villain who he doesn't just fight Superman physically; he fights him mentally. He's much smarter than Superman, so he knows how to attack him well. However, watching the Ultimate Cut, I love Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I love him a lot. I think he was great, and I like what Snyder did. So, even though he was a controversial actor to me at first, I did grow to like him because I didn't figure out what what Snyder was doing for him. This is a younger Jesse Eisenberg, so it makes sense what they did with him, and I really like what Snyder did. I know a lot of people disagree, but I like Lex Luthor. A lot of the lines he said were great, like the bells have been rung and he's coming, or the red capes are coming, or when you hear like let me put this on, like, hold on. Okay, I can't put the sound loud enough, but it's like when he's like hitting the table and you hear like so I did like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I think he was a great actor, and I think it was a great choice. And I like the difference that they did, uh, the difference they did with like it was really different, and I think that was cool. But people need to understand that some people enjoy sad and dark books just as much as people like comedy. We like dark DC, and that I agree with. I mean, you guys already heard me. I love BVS. BVS is my favorite comic book movie of all time, and I love Man of Steel. I'm really excited for Pattinson's Batman, and I like dark movies. I'm fine with having bright comedy movies, but I don't think every movie should be like that. I think every movie needs to be different in their own unique way. And to me, that's what I liked about Snyder. Snyder took the risky route. Snyder didn't want to play it safe. Snyder wanted to give his vision of what he thinks a perfect DC did. To me, he succeeded so far with those two movies. And I do say that the Snyder Cut will be really good. I do think that the Snyder Cut is going to be an amazing film. And to me, you know, that's what I'm most excited for. I want to see what they do with the Snyder Cut. I want to see what Snyder intended for us to see back in 2017. But yeah, I don't understand. Like, a lot of people hate dark toned films. To me, I like dark toned films. I guess they're my personal favorite. There's Dark Knight, there's Watchmen. Pattinson's Batman looks really good. I love Snyder's DCU, and that's the way I see it. But you prefer the new Steppenwolf design or the old one? Is that really a question? Is that really a question? Is that really a question? I prefer the old one. No, I'm joking. I like the new design a lot more. I think that the Joss Whedon Justice League design looks so bad. It looked like the back of Voldemort's face. The CGI looked like PlayStation 2 graphics. That looked god awful, and I cannot believe that a film with that high of a budget made a character look so bad. And I'm so glad we're gonna see the original Steppenwolf, the spikes, because the new Steppenwolf, he genuinely looks like a horror demon. I think that's what we needed. And from the scenes we've seen, it looks like he's gonna be wrecking people, just cutting them in half and just killing people. Look like a real menacing villain. Um, but that old Justice League, the Justice League Joss Whedon version of Steppenwolf was so god awful, man. And the thing is, it wasn't even Whedon's fault. It was I think Snyder was forced to make him look more childish or look more kid friendly, which to me is dumb. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand why they had to do that, but I'm glad we're gonna be getting the new design, and it is what it is. Ah, all right, so I'm getting kind of tired. So I think we're gonna have to end off this stream. Thank you for all the comments. Let me read this last one. Is in the first Zack Snyder Justice League teaser, Darkseid CGI looked bad when he slammed his weapon when he was Yuxas in the history lesson. I've never been too nitpicky on CGI. Like, but I will not lie. The first look of Yuxas did kind of disappoint me, but Snyder said it wasn't finished. He was just kind of showing us a little bit of what we're gonna see. Um, so I will say he did look bad, but in the new trailer, when we saw Darkseid with full on good CGI, he looked menacing, creepy looking. But yeah, I agree with you on that one. But oh yeah, I forgot to show. I have this Infinity War shirt. I mean, I really like Infinity War, man, and I'm glad Joss Whedon did not get to be a part of that. But people did not like Lex because he didn't look like they knew him to be. They say he didn't have the motivation, but he had multiple. He hated God. He hated having wisdom without power, and he hated. Uh, my thoughts on Lex Luthor. At first, I did hate it, but I grew to like him because I figured out the reason why he wants Superman dead is he hates men with power because men with power remind him of his abusive father. I mean, he said in the movie that, you know, he always hated God because he saw God as, like God didn't help him when he was down and being abused by his dad. So he has that deep hatred. And I really like what Snyder did. Snyder didn't just have the typical bald guy. Um, and he hated how no matter how intelligent he was, he had this being like Superman who could just easily choke him out like it's nothing. And I like the motivation for Lex Luthor. I mean, Lex Luthor's motivation is great. A lot of people say it's too complicated, but let's remind ourselves the reason why it's complicated is because Lex Luthor is a very intelligent being. Not being. Lex Luthor is a very intelligent man, so he knows very well what he's doing, and it's like the puppets. The fact that he was able to make Superman and Batman want to fight each other shows you how intelligent he is and how he understands. I mean, remember when he sent Batman those letters that said, "You let your family die." That to me, I'm like, imagine being a kid traumatized by the death of your parents at the age of 8, and you see that letter, and then you see that being, and you're like, I cannot let this happen to somebody else. Like, that shows you how intelligent he is. And not only that, but in the air when he's in the helicopter place, I don't know what those are called, and he like looks at Superman, shows him the pictures of Martha, and he says, "Bring me the head of the bat," or she's gone. I don't know where she is. I will not tell you. I did not let them tell you. And to me, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor was just really good. But yeah. All right. I'm gonna end off this stream. So I want to thank all of you guys for being here today. I want to thank all 6 of you right now. Thank you all for being a part of today. Y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on notification bells for more videos like this. I am planning on more content. I was not able to, like the last week, I was not able to get on um, because recent days I've been struggling being able to provide content. So thank you guys for being a part of today. I was honored to talk to you guys. It was cool. Uh, I like doing a lot of these, so I'll plan on doing a lot of these things more. Um, but yeah, thank you guys. I had a streaming app that I was originally going to use. It was called StreamYard, but for some reason it wasn't letting me do live. So I went raw. I decided just to use the regular live stream, but I expect more content. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the Snyder Cut because I was not able to talk about it. I did do a reaction. Y'all go support that. I mean, the video has 1K views, so thank you, all of you. I'm gonna say every name, just kind of a shout out. So before y'all go, thank you to Glinton Gordon, John Smith, Alex. Um, who else am I missing? Andrew Casali. Uh, who else? The Transformer guy. I forgot what was the channel name. Mando, of course, too. And transform. Wait, doesn't wait, Transformers and DC fan 5678. So yeah, Tony's Lego toy review. So yeah, all right. Thank you guys for this, and let me read one last comment, and then I need to sleep because right now I think you guys can hear from my voice that I'm really tired right now. I apologize for that. I promise to give more energy next time, but um, I loved how Superman and Wonder Woman worked in the Doomsday Battle. Yep, I found that cool. Um, but yeah, thank you all for watching, and thank you, John, Glinton, Alex, Andrew, Transformers, and DC fan for giving us interesting topics to discuss today. And yeah, it's been an honor. So yeah, before y'all go, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on the notification bells to be updated with more content like this. I'm planning on doing more. And like I said, I apologize for sounding tired the whole time. I'm really exhausted. Uh, the last few days, I've not been able to upload again. Uh, I mean, I did do a trailer reaction to the Snyder Cut, and that got a ton of views. That got a lot of support. So thank you for that. I did do a live stream with Movie Madness and Entertainment, and uh, I did, what did I with Wasteland Review, I did an interview, but that's cool. But Glinton, I'll give you, or Alex at Major W. Before you go, Leto's Joker words had a lot of meaning. We do really live in a society. Anyways, thank you. If you want to support me on social media, I have an Instagram and Twitter account. Both are called Isaac the Film Geek. Same as my channel. So y'all go to my Instagram and Twitter, contact me there. There I update y'all on what's going on with the channel. But I was talking about breaking Batman's honor. But yeah, thank you guys for being a part of this. Make sure to hit that like button. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe please. But anyways, thank you guys for being a part of today. But thank you. All right, I've talked a lot. 1 hour and 21 minutes. Cool. But thank you. Good night.